Welcome to Unveiling Success. I'm here speaking with Audrey Rodda, and I'm thrilled for you to be so candid with me today to unveil success. And we're going to talk about the beauty and almost the ugly side of success as well, and the ripple effect of impact that this series has on people's lives. So it's real glad to be with you.
Thank you, Natalie. And thank you for wording that so well. That's exactly what we're trying to achieve.
So let's start with you. I think it's safe to say that you have mastered the art of biohacking, which ultimately is curating your body, mind, body, soul, to be the best it can possibly be.
Absolutely.
Now, can you give me some insights? Because at the end of the day, you're a mother, you run a business, you do so much for others, impact in the world, your own health. Tell me what the secret is.
Well, I think it's a series of daily choices, and sometimes they're the smallest of choices that accumulate to the biggest outcomes. So for me, I have a whole morning routine that I go through. Some of it's basic, some of it's not, some of it's, premeditated, as well as a night time. So for instance, before I even get out of bed, it starts. So before I get out of bed, I've got my 3 things that I'm grateful for, the 3 things that I need to achieve that day. And if I have time, or I'm going to have a really great day ahead of me, I actually like to spend 5 minutes visualizing how the day will play out in its highest form. So if everything magically went my way, how would that day look and feel? So I do that when I've got some pretty big things that I want to achieve, and it's, truly my heart's desire. And then I get up, and there's some things that I've done intuitively. So might sound a little bit funny, but I love having a lemon in the morning. So I put that lemon, and I'm all about productivity. I'm all about efficiency. And you've got this many hours in the day, particularly if you've got children. So there's a definite cap on when you can and can't be available. So I get my little lemon and I roll it under the arch of my foot, which I know might sound strange, but I later found out that resets your vagus nerve. So I've intuitively done a lot of things throughout my life, just like the cold showers I was finishing off as a kid, jumping into the cold ocean as a mother, being a businesswoman and a mother, and I thought I really wanted to be present with my children when I pick them up. So I just spend 10 minutes in and out of the ocean, and I go and pick them up. Would you like some work productivity hack?
Yeah, please. So we'll do.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of rules. So I generally try to do 2 things at once, unless, of course, there are some things that you really have to focus on. With emails, I only do emails in the hot work chamber as much as I can. So I'll do little emails on my phone all the time. I'll generally go to the hot work chamber, and I'll spend every Monday and Tuesday. I start my day there from 9 until they kick me out of the chamber, actually. And I'm doing all my emails and my work, and then I do my calls in the sauna, ice bath, come to work, meetings on my phone.
Sounds like you really have that balance of mental health with the mental strain of mind. I try that you create both worlds within your one zone. So if we're a ping pong bouncing between success and failure, and sometimes it feels like you're on the wrong side of the net, at least it can feel that way. How do you rebound? How do you refocus your energy? What's your mantra? And share some tips on that, because I think that's the can all on.
Yeah, I feel like my hacks reset me a lot, and I generally just try to spiral up. So if things are really getting on top of me, I literally say, and I find my thoughts spiraling down, because it can be on this happened, that happened. We all have a story, right? I literally say spiral up, Audrey, and I visualize a spiral and my thoughts spiraling up.
Tell me about Unveiling Success, your podcast, what you're doing, and how you're inspiring others with the hacks that you've learned and adopted to your life. So how's the Audrey ripple effect around the world?
Okay.
Keen to listen to it.
All right, so I am a little bit of a mad feminist in a very soft way. Let's get on with that. And there's just so many great Australian lives and stories. Like I was saying, yours is one, Natalie, what you're doing every day with all the work you do. What we're creating with the podcast is just some beautiful content, and it's just, once a month inspiration dump. It's summarized in 3 to 4 minutes once a month, and you're really getting the lifestyle and the journey and some vulnerability from some pretty inaccessible women, some businesswomen that you normally wouldn't have access to. So, showing who they are on a personal level as they very real and vulnerably share a moment or two, and a little bit about how they manage their workload and how they made it on their journey.
It's really important. to share the secrets. And also, as I mentioned at the beginning, to towards, again, we're all people. So they love to be uplifted, inspired, and also always balanced with this community. So just tell me a little bit more, because you're not just doing that, you're stretching it. You're stretching this down to schools, you're stretching this down to the next generation.
Absolutely.
Why is the next generation so important to you? Why is that mentorship? Hallelujah, by the way. But look, tell me why.
Well, it starts when they're young. So many reasons. So one of the things, good and bad, and look, my thought process, I'm a little bit risque. I think outside of the norm. I love that everyone goes to university. I think it's great, but there's a whole heap of people that don't go to university and that can't. And I don't think life stops with university. I'm going to put my hand up here. I didn't go. I could have admittedly finished off a degree if I did one more year, but I was always more interested than doing, had to taking opportunity when I see it. And my father really told me, you're going to learn far more on the job, getting your hands in dirty, if you've got the right people around, than in any seat. So I think entrepreneurship starts when you were young. I think the love and the empowerment from earning your own money. I mean, do you know how many women are out there right now still asking their husbands for $5 to go get a cup of coffee? They are still being financially babysat, and I think that's sad, and it leads to a very difficult quality of life. It can be beautiful in the right relationship, but it can also be very disempowering in another. So I think the more that we can empower young minds and people, men and women, to really have that confidence to give things a go. Don't necessarily need to succeed at your first business. I don't know everyone that did.
Through the lessons you did, to be honest.
Yes.
From grow and climb that ladder. But I think to your point, it's also getting out of the comfort zone can be healthy.
Yes.
Doing it in a boundary of a comfortable environment, helpful at first.
Yes.
Me diving into these opportunities. But also finding impact that journey along the way where it becomes bigger than you. Because then that's, I think, a lesson of true success as well. So, I congratulate you on what you're doing. I think it's really important to share these stories and encourage other, not only encourage people to mentor one another, to live and learn from each other. Squatting, going to that morning walk.
Yes,
that freezing swim.
It just happened on its own. And I can't say that it was a hugely planned event. It's just the huge amount of inspiration that I'm surrounded by. With the schools program, all we're asking for people across Australia to do is to donate half a day of their time. It's a very simple program, so I would brief you for 20 minutes over Zoom with a whole group of people. We buddy you up and you literally donate half a day of your time at your local school to go and teach this super simple program to grade 6. And I think there's something in about reading community. I think people are very lonely these days. I think technology is great, but it's also been a burden. So by stepping out, getting involved in your community, and for all your small business owners, getting involved in your school, getting out there, it's all confidence building, network building, clarity and communication. I think there's only good things for everybody, the old and the young, to be gained from it. So if there's anyone out there that wants to do half a day per annum, or just give it a go for one half a day. And with the podcast, we are open to great Australian success stories. Please just, bring them in. We want to hear it. There is one more thing.
Yes, please.
Again, how things tend to go, it wasn't premeditated, it just flowed naturally. And we really want to get that story of how the striving and the unplanned nature of just business unfolds and the great opportunity that comes with it.
Thank you. Thanks for opening up your network, and your mind, and giving us an insight, and also an inspiration.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can all thrive together. We can all flourish together. And my goal is by 2035 to inspire 1 million lives.